such a big city. Why is Berlin so huge, guys? And why do a lot of people from Germany, it seems like, okay, so I can't say people from Germany don't like Berlin, but I can say a lot of people from Germany outside of Bavarians don't like Bavaria for the most part. If you're not from Bavaria, they'll be like, ah. But with Berlin, it seems like there's like a love-hate relationship from people who are native to Germany and stuff. They're like, I mean, if you're gonna party, go to Hamburg or Berlin, but Berlin's like really dirty and da-da-da-da-da. So I don't know. I mean, obviously you guys know it better than me because I've never been to Berlin before, but it's crazy. Like, why is Berlin so huge? This guy is probably the embodiment of Berlin. Like, would you think that this guy right here, like, he's a pretty good, like, when you think of somebody from Berlin, I know that there's so many different people, so many different cultures, so many different backgrounds. Like, would you think that this guy right here is a really good representation of Berlin, pretty much? Because I feel like he is, like, for as eccentric as Berlin sounds, he seems very, like, you know, that's his vibe.
Everyone who has ever been to Berlin knows it's a huge city. It's 9 times bigger than Paris.
9 times bigger than Paris? What? It's not dirty. There are other parts of Germany that are way dirtier. Oh, okay. Because a lot of foreigners colonized it. Oh, that's why people are upset about it. That makes a lot of sense. That means Berlin's probably one of the best places in Germany then. You must try to contact a German streamer like Trimax when you make a video with him. It was so crazy. Yo, facts.
And
I'll try.
Even more land size than New York City.
Ich bin ein bisschen YouTuber. Ich bin ein kleiner YouTuber, bro. I'm like small. I'm a small YouTuber. He's not
if you want to walk from one side of the city to the other one, it will take you a staggering amount of 7.5.
I like the little Among Us thing he got here, man. That is so cute. That is so cute. Oh my god.
It's almost 40 kilometers. But how did this city, with a population of just 4 million, become so big? To answer this question, we have to take a look at its history. And there's one day in particular that made all the difference, which basically made Berlin a world city overnight.
Wait a minute. So is this? I wonder, like, if Berlin got big from like the events that happened after the Berlin Wall falling and stuff like that. This is gonna be interesting. History of Berlin. Interesting.
Berlin was founded around the year 1240 as a trading post, right next to the river Spree, which totally made sense, because most of the trading back then was done by ships. There was actually another city, just across the river, which was called Köln.
Köln! Hey! All my Kölnish people, drop an I in the chat! Let's go! That's you guys, oh my god.
Here's a map from 1652. That's the Spree-Insel, which we know today as Museums Island. And that's the part next to Alexanderplatz. The double city of Berlin-Köln had a size of 70 hectares. Or
70 hectare? What kind of measurement is that? What kind of measurement is that?
Approximately 130 football fields. Back then, cities had a much smaller population. What was called a city back then, we would call today a village.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what was a town? Was a town like 3 people back in the day? It's like, oh yeah, the next town over, 3 people, man. 3 Leute, you know?
In the 16th century, Berlin-Köln had a population of barely 12,000. And in the surrounding area, there were actually dozens of cities sprinkled all around. From the 16th century on, the man in power followed an unusual open immigration policy. And religious liberty. They did that to compete economically with other parts of the kingdom.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's like a really good philosophy. If you can't beat them, join them, man. So he like opened up the floodgates and let as many people in. So that's actually pretty legit.
That led to a huge influx of other Europeans, especially large groups of French, Polish and Austrians. Around 1700, around 20% of Berlin's population was French. And they still keep coming. That's already when Berlin started.
Europe is easy to travel, for real? You say no, the Rubigerbeit, the I can't even see that word. That hold on, let me tap on that. Can I tap on that? Oh, no. Jede Stadt und Region hat ihre wunderschönen Gegenden. Oh shit. Okay. That's actually pretty cool.
Become international. The next chapter
Germany's
began
very safe.
with the rule
What's
of
good?
this guy, Friedrich III, who made Berlin
Friedrich.
the capital of the mighty state of Prussia.
Prussia. I feel like Prussia is like a knockoff Russia, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not Russia, it's Prussia.
From then on, the city grew quickly in
Like,
culture.
why is it called Prussia? When am I streaming tomorrow again? Then I can get you a Prime sub. Yo, I appreciate you, bro. Tomorrow, I'll probably stream at the same time. Same time tomorrow. Is that cool with everybody watching? Same time tomorrow, 1800 German time? Is that reasonable? I felt like 3 o'clock German time was too early. So 6 o'clock tomorrow, would that be like pretty nice? That'd be a really good time to stream. I mean, that way we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. I could like stream tomorrow, download the stream, and make a YouTube video out of it. Because all these videos that we reacted to today, I'm gonna chop them up right after the stream's over, and then post them on my YouTube channel, if that's okay with you guys.
Cultural, militaristical, and economical importance. But it was not until the 18th century when things really started to kick off with the industrialization.
That's cool.
Berlin became an economic powerhouse with countless of factories, which led millions of people to the city in search for jobs. Within 100 years, Berlin's population grew from 200,000 to 2 million.
200,000 to 2 million. So in 100 years, okay, that makes sense. I thought he said in 2 years for some reason, but 100 years, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, add.
Good grammar and spelling are important. But if you want to write essays that inspire...
And then came 1920.
1920.
Even in 1920, the Berlin we know today didn't exist.
Interesting.
There was a city of Berlin, but it only had 10% of the land size that it has today.
Jesus
with
Christ.
2 million people living in it. And many of today's Berlin districts, like Schöneberg, Kreuzberg,
Kreuzberg. I love that word. Kreuzberg. Ist meine Aussprache gut oder was? Kreuzberg. It's just so like Kreuzberg.
Wilmersdorf and Charlottenburg were small independent cities. This was all about to change on April 27th, 1920, the day of the Prussian State Assembly, where a new law came into place to develop a new city commune. On that day, they officially decided to merge all those cities. So Berlin historically isn't one city, but a conglomerate of many small cities and villages that have grown together.
Oh, and that actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's actually pretty interesting finding out the origin stories of a lot of these iconic places that we travel to quite often. Now, I haven't traveled there, but I plan on traveling there. But it actually is pretty interesting diving into something like this. Like, I had no idea how small Berlin was originally. Like, because then from what I was hearing in the comment section and stuff like that, I was reading like that at one point Germany was massive, wasn't it? It used to be huge, but what happened? Like a lot of wars and stuff like that. People took a lot of the land from Germany because I guess Germany just kept making some messed up choices and shit like that for war strategies and tactics. And like, I mean, is that pretty much what happened or nah? I don't know what happened, but at some point I felt like maybe Germany was huge and then the empire just got hacked down and boom. That's crazy. So, oh yeah, but somebody says that's why Berlin is such a melting pot, because you have all these cultures that, boom. Oh, the Second World War. Oh, shit. The Second World War is what kind of like minimized Deutschland. That's insane.
So it wasn't an easy process to get there. In the years before, there was civil unrest between the small cities. The First World War was just lost, and the Spanish flu had taken their toll.
The Spanish flu. So the Spanish flu was the equivalent of what COVID is today, except it was probably deadlier back then because medicine was not as advanced. I said advanced. Yo, German's messing up my Aussprache. You feel me? Off English, you know, it's crazy, man. Yeah, see what y'all doing to me? This is true for many old German cities. They were merged from smaller cities and villages. FC Zucker, Austria, Hungary, and parts of Poland, France, and some are more used to be Germany. Are you serious? Austria, Hungary, and parts of Poland, France. Are you serious? They used to be part of Germany? What? Oh my God. Oh yeah, Felix Friese says, welcome to the bilingual club, James.
Regional structure was very hurtful and messy, so it was clear that the formation of Groß Berlin was necessary. Until April 27, 1920, Berlin had 7 neighboring cities.
That's insane.
59 neighboring villages and 72 minor boroughs. Overnight, the population of Berlin doubled, making it the 3rd biggest city in the world.
In the world? You know, Berlin, we looked this up. Berlin has 3.7 million people in the city. That city is wildly more populated than Chicago. Chicago has 2.7 million people. Berlin has 3.7 million people as of this year living there. That is absolutely insane. Insane.
By population, only New York and London had more people living in it. And the 2nd biggest city by size, only outranked by Los Angeles.
Wow, wait, are you serious? So I thought China would have had like a city that's way bigger than maybe any of like anything in Germany or America or anything like that, but looks like, man, Los Angeles taking the cake, man. Let's go. But Los Angeles is really spread out, so you don't get the overcrowding feeling like you do in a lot of other cities worldwide, you know?
Which is much in contrast to the...
Mexico City must be hella big. It's got to be. Well, LA and Berlin are pretty spread out cities. Wait a minute. Berlin is spread out as well? I thought Berlin was like compact, like, and everybody just lives on top of each other. It's like a German New York. But I think that would be Frankfurt. Frankfurt is the German New York, isn't it? Frankfurt's like the German New York. That you guys call it pretty much. But Berlin, I heard, is huge. Istanbul is 15.5 million people. That's in Turkey. God
today,
damn.
which ranks
that's got to be
somewhere
diverse.
at place 50. Back then, Berlin was an economic powerhouse.
Jesus.
With factories everywhere. It probably wasn't a nice place to live.
Wow.
From then on, the new city was on its way. And there was one thing everyone agreed on: don't become like Paris, which was for the mayors a frightening example. In Berlin they didn't want embellishment, no facelifting, Prussian mentality at its finest.
Wait a minute, what was wrong with France? Like what was the deal with France? France seems like they've been like they were low key like doing their own thing, kind of in the cut. I just have no idea why France was so like France gets you know, just dunked on, man. Why are hella people dunking on France? Like, France probably made some interesting choices back in its day, didn't it? It had to have. It had to have made some wild choices back in its day. So Germany fought a lot against. So Germans fought against Germans but lost. Wait, what? So Frankfurt has skyscrapers in the business district, but hardly anyone lives there. Oh, that's interesting. In the 19th century, they decided the mother language in the USA between German and English. That shows how big the German impact was. I did not know that. Are you serious? Wait, really? Really? Do we have that many people in America speaking German? Frankfurt is also called Manhattan because it looks just like New York and it's located near the river Main. Ah, that's hilarious.
It had to be pragmatic
Manhattan.
and thrifty. But that all changed in the Second World War, when large parts of Berlin were completely bombed away.
Complete raus. Jesus.
And here's something.
Oh my God. Is this during the air raids? This happened because of the air raids, right?
Bet you didn't know. Berlin is almost completely flat, and most hills that exist were made out of debris. 14 hills were formed, like the famous Teufelsberg.
Teufelsberg, yeah, Teufelsberg. I just reacted to that a couple days ago for the top 20 most amazing places to visit in Germany. Teufelsberg was one of them.
And the Insulaner in Schöneberg.
Wow.
They all are made out of an estimated 400 to 500.
You look at those balls, dude. This is Teufelsberg, isn't it? The place with those big ass balls and stuff, like the balls of whatever, like the solar panel balls or whatever. Like, you know what I'm talking? Like, this is Teufelsberg, right? Moin Meister. But this right here is Teufelsberg. It looks like a radar almost. Or a Braydar. Let's go! Braydar vibes.
Million cubic meters of rubble. After the war, the development of the city was completely defined by the separation in East and West.
Interesting.
From then on, the first priority was to rebuild housing for everyone, which ended up in many of the beautiful buildings Berlin has today.
Ooh! Oh my God! Where is this? Wo ist das? Oh my God! This looks beautiful. Y'all got buildings that look like Korea out here, bro. This looks like a Korean style structured building style, man. Like, this can't be Germany. Oh, you don't like the block houses, do you? But this like shot right here looks beautiful. I like this shot right here. I mean, the architecture is not anything super nuts, but having all these buildings stacked next to each other look pretty crazy. But this is definitely Berlin. This is Berlin Marzen. I mean, when I say it's beautiful, I just feel like the way the buildings are layered next to each other, like overlaid, this looks beautiful. Like, yes, the buildings could look better. I'm not gonna lie, the buildings could look better. But this picture right here just looks super dope, I think. I like the blocky style, like the blocky modern style and stuff. To me, I think it looks pretty cool. Like all of them together. Like if they were like individually placed or whatever, it'd be like meh. But they're all together, so I'm like, dang, this is nice. Okay, all right, I see. Like
to show off what could be done within the.
Oh, these are actually ghettos. LOL. Yo, our ghettos kind of look like that too. We call them the projects, and our projects literally look exactly the same. But it reminds me of Chicago, man. So I'm like, dang. Plata James, best thing I've ever seen. Chill out! Chill out! Bro, this is a nice shot right here. This is beautiful. Nice little shot right here.
Systems of communism and capitalism, which ultimately brought to life some of.
Ooh, there's that tower, the radio tower, with the restaurant on the top of the building, man. Restaurant. Like, that's, oh God.
Berlin's strangest buildings.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like what happened with some of these buildings, like structures and stuff like that, somebody, like some people got together, they were smoking on, you feel me? And they were like, bro, you know, it'd be crazy if we fucking made like something called the coffee pot. Yeah, like a building shaped like a big pitcher of coffee. Just have a lot of beer in it and stuff. Yeah, man, like so cool. Also, if would it be cool if we had a building that looked like there were fucking cannons coming out of the side, bro? That would be so gnarly, dude. Oh, yeah. Good now. Like, you look at some of the architecture, it's like, bro, who came up with this? It looks cool, but who thought of this, you know? Like,
you can still see the separation of Berlin to this day from space. Because
Jesus.
The lanterns that were put up back then.
Ooh, wait! It looked like a spider web. It looked like Spider-Man said, Deutschland, Deutschland.
Remain in use with different types of lights. But how the city developed during the Cold War and after reunification is a whole different story. That would require its own video. Even though the decision of merging all the small cities into one major one was made over 100 years ago,
Interesting.
You can still feel this. very much today.
Wow.
Every district feels and looks completely different.
True that. That's like Chicago, man. Literally, if you go to Chicago, like there's different sections of Chicago that feel entirely different than other parts of Chicago. Like if you go to the north side of Chicago, you feel like you're in an entirely different country. And then you go to the south side of Chicago, you feel like you on first 48, my guy. And then like you go to the west side of Chicago, that's where all those motherfuckers that look like famous decks look like. It's then downtown Chicago is like completely different too, because you got all the wealthy people and stuff. It's just so absolutely insane. So like Germany, like Berlin, it's the same thing except on a bigger scale. Absolutely insane.
Which is one of the things that makes Berlin so special. So there you have it. Since its very beginning, 800 years ago, Berlin has been a place of change. That seems to be the only constant, going through the weirdest of times. Already in 1910, a wise man has stated that Berlin as a city is condemned forever to become and never to be.
That's a weird statement. Berlin is a city condemned forever to becoming and never to being. I guess that makes sense. That means it's constantly evolving. So I guess it's not a weird statement. It's pretty accurate, right? Like that's like a statement just meaning like Berlin will always change, you know? Very boom. Maybe not the meaning, maybe not the melting pot you're thinking of. No, it definitely is. It's totally a melting pot.
In perpetual and restless flux, ever transfiguring itself.
Yo, this man's wild. He said lockdown whole 2020, a lot of time to be. Hell no, man.
New. Little did he know how right he was.
He's right. Hey, everybody, listen. I'm not sure if I've subscribed to him yet, but I'm going to subscribe now. Subscribe to this man right here, Radical Living. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Super dope guy. I'm subscribing.